Hello viewers, hello, and my first stream since E3 in fact. A bit of Formula 1, it's currently frozen on the screen there. I'm probably going to crash the game. This is a bit of a rushed stream today. I just jumped on, I thought, I've got some things to crack on with. It's been a really busy couple of weeks. So I'm just going to get this all set up, and then I can see your chat, and we're ready to do a bit of F1 today. I did a quick video last week just on the controller, but I thought, really I want to play Formula 1 on my wheel, give it a proper run, and I don't want to explore too much of the game until I've had a bit of time to really just get stuck into it, basically. So I'm just getting set up now, and then I'll catch up with your messages in just a moment. So just to see who's in the room here, we've got who have we got here? We've got Will, Gigi, Jonathan, Jate and Jay. This game is out to the public if you bought the Legends edition today. So I will talk to you a bit about that. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to add the various different details to the stream. Normally for whatever reason, I swear, this for any of you who use YouTube, you've got the YouTube Beta Studio and the Classic Studio, and the Classic Studio just works better every time. It's just so rubbish, basically, when it comes to getting things working. Let's see if we can get this. Does it work? Does it work? Does it even know what F1 2019 is? And it doesn't. It doesn't know what F1 2019 is on YouTube. Brilliant, brilliant. It comes up as Resident Evil 2 for me. That's fantastic. Right, so we won't be able to put in the game title. That's great. And hold on, we'll get started in 2 seconds, guys. Haven't done my hair, just look rubbish for the camera, whatever. Let's see, move the old mic thing there as well. So I'm moving the lights as well, so I've got more of a sideways light today. And I'm going to answer some of your questions in a minute there. I can see the Wino VR question. Well, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Right. Hold on a moment. Let's see. So we're nearly there, guys, and then I can just get started with the stream. So I'm going to start a little bit of the stream, and then when there's a replay, I'm going to just do something with that in a moment. Right, but let's please don't crash on me. It might crash on me. If it does, that doesn't matter. We'll just start again, and hopefully it will work, because I've experienced crashes when streaming this particular game. Will it work? Okay, letting me work. Right, so let's get set up then for the first time. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, you're not seeing it, but it's crashed. There we go. I'll show you my screen. I'm getting just crashed, unfortunately. So if this happens continuously, then I'll cancel the stream and we'll do it another day. Let's close it. Let's close the game. Let's try again. 2 seconds, guys. Always technical disasters when you start a stream. Can work. Try this one. Try this one. Try to see if it works. Try something else out here. See if it works. There, are we? Come on. No, just a blank. Oh, there we go. Let's try this out. Alright. Alright. See if this one works. Come on, please work. Please work. Don't crash again. Alright, we get further now. Let's choose our driver. It's some really low detail. Oh, here we go, that's fine. So we've got to choose our driver. Who are we going to be? Now I'm assuming these are all Codemasters staff. I know Rebecca there. Here we are. We will be. Let's see. Got to have that kind of look there. We've got more jaw here, haven't we? More serious jaw. So we'll go with the more. We'll go with that. And choose a country. Okay, come on, represent. Right. Go. And they don't have my name in here. Codemasters, what's going on? It's the love. There's no Alan. All right, hold on, bear with me. It's no good. It's no good, Codemasters. It's no good. Just go with that. Don't really have a go 78. Yeah, go on. Okay, so getting into the game. Now I'm going to look at some of your chat just for a second. I'm trying to get this sorted, and we'll go into career. Got all the nice new menus here. Using the DX11 version here because DX12 keeps crashing. Right, let's go through some of your chat just for a second before I get started. Also, do let me know, guys, audio balance, if you can hear me okay over the gaming, because it's a bit all over the place of audio at the moment. So, and the audio just cut out then. Oh, I see. There we are. Right. Okay. I actually can't rewind the chat. This is a bit of a problem. We're going to try and rewind the chat. That means pausing the game. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. So, Jonathan saying, thoroughly looking forward to your thoughts on this. Yeah, I'm going to go through some of the game. If enough people watch it, then I'll stream more of it. If people fall off, I'll go back to Gran Turismo. That's kind of my how I'm going to roll this at the moment. Jason is out to public. It is Legends Edition. What rig am I using? This rig here is an R-seat rig. Had it quite a few years now, but I need I have sort of pillows behind me just to make me comfortable, but I am 6'6", so I'm quite tall. Why no VR, says Christopher. A couple of reasons really. One is there's some issues to do with the physics engine, with Codemasters graphics engine. That means fundamental change to the whole way they make the game. That's why you're unlikely to see Dirt Rally 2 coming to PSVR. Unlikely. But saying that, I did it for Dirt Rally 1, snipped the physics a bit. Most people didn't notice. Great. Everybody denies that's even a thing, but there you go. Also, who's going to enjoy it? I mean, the PlayStation VR can't power Formula 1 very well, so nobody on Xbox, nobody on Switch, nobody on PlayStation, and 5% of the PC audience. I mean, for that work involved and that investment, may as well put it into another part of the game. Let's have a few more Legends cars and tracks. Daryl's here. Hi guys. Okay, Jack had a few issues. Okay. How's the game really? Don't lie, because you get a free game. Antonio, I get sent all the racing games because at media we get sent everything. So to me, it makes no odds to me. I don't care what games you like or don't like. It's what we do. It's funny, but somebody said to me, well, what if you had to buy the games? Well, I spend thousands of pounds on cameras, equipment and microphones and free content for you guys to watch that you don't pay for. So if I have to buy the games, it means I can't buy the equipment. If I can't buy the equipment, there's no YouTube channel. Simple as that. We've got Jev here as well. Hi, Jev. I've got to get back to you on an email. I know it's been a bit crazy of E3. Last week, wow, views went crazy, didn't they? Lovely to see. I'm a little quiet, apparently. Okay, let's just increase the volume. There we are. I've moved the mic a bit. Let's edge it a bit closer. So that's fine. Increase the mic a bit. There we are. There we are. We've got Todd, cheers from California. Loads of messages. Goodness, I'm going to catch up with some of them in a minute. Let's get stuck in. New career. Let's do this. Boom.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Dun, dun, dun. There's that music, isn't there? You're feeling it in your vibes now, aren't you? Dun, 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 dun. Right, okay, let's see. Who are we going to race for? Let's race for... See, part of me wants to race for Carlin, because I know Carlin Motorsport, ART, top 2 teams, but we've got Schumacher this year racing for Prima, of course, haven't we? I don't like the pink. I never like that. This Force India style. I'm going to go with the Carlin, nice and boring, probably. Let's go with the Prima. Let's go with the Prima. And we're going to go for the Ferrari Driving Academy. Ferrari. Your best. Alright, let's have a look then. What do we got? Race distance. We're going to knock that down a bit because I just want to get on with these how hard is hard anyway? Alright, we'll just put it to that. I don't know what normal race starts are, so I'm going to just leave it assisted until I get to that in the career, I guess. Amateur. I'm an amateur. No. We'll off. On. Medium. We'll turn that off. Manual. I suppose I'll keep a suggested gear on. That's quite helpful for me learning the gears. Okay. Okay, let's see how we get on then. So, Nathan there. Hey, Alan, do you think Codemaster should have done more with the classic cars? I think it's all to do with... there's limits to the licensing, you know. They want cars, but you know, when you have a car in the game, you've got to contact the people who own the car, the people who own all the sponsorship around the car. You've got to get all the correct licensing so that everyone's happy that they're making money or not making money or whatever, who is entitled to make money from it. It's complicated, especially in an official Formula 1 game.
New driver really commanding the race
I'm playing this in a slightly windowed off-screen mode, but it'll be okay.
Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship.
No, don't do that. Can't get the mouse off the screen. Sorry, I'm going to hide it behind me.
Butler sees his chance.
There we are.
Some kind of mechanical failure.
Lots of chat, guys. Wow, I'll come back to you in a minute. I'll
what the issue was. Can they still
learn how to
finish
drive
this
these
race?
properly. Different tracks to before, isn't it? Oh, no, it isn't.
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish.
Oh, is it set up for the wheel? Haven't checked.
Some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can.
The wheel's not set up, is it? We'll see. If not, I've got to jump out and go to options, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh no, we've got it.
Your teammate is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you.
I'm getting a lot of stuttering for some reason. Understeer through there,
Again,
goodness.
your teammate wants to pass you. I know you don't want to drop a position, but without your turbo, he's the best one to challenge for points further up the field. If you hold Lucas up, you could be denying the team points.
Go on then.
That's great. Lucas can push on
Okay,
now.
so just trying to learn how to drive these cars and
Lucas wants me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right
getting
call for
I'm
the
getting
team.
really big
Now we're all with
freezes
you.
in
Just
the
bring it home as best you
graphics, so I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not. I mean, it's okay for me to just survive with it, but let's see if I can fix that next time we... Now you might be wondering, why are we using T-Cam? This is always a channel of cockpit cam. It's simple. The T-Cam gives you an advantage. Everyone else uses it, so I may as well use it as well. It's basically why we're using... It's funny coming from Gran Turismo to this, because in Gran Turismo I always feel a bit more of the car, what the car's doing, than I do in Formula 1. It's, I'm not feeling it really. I think, I don't know what that is, it's just, I guess it's limitations. I'm getting a general resistance to the force feedback rather than ground detail. A lot of understeer through there. Now, no, that's not it.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
It's alright. Hit the wrong button. It's no turbo, no problem. In a minute we'll take a look at some Legends cars after I've done this initial
Nice move. Good job.
Formula 2. It's a different car to drive from Formula 1 car. It's definitely a brake early, slow in, try and keep some momentum on the throttle through the apex. Understeer through the final corner, not close enough for
This
the
is your
DRS.
final lap of the race.
Wheels on properly. Final lap, then we'll look at a replay and I'll catch up on some of your messages. There's Lando. Just reel him in. Beat him. Oh, look at that turning in on me. Goodness me. I'd expect better of you, sir. Damn. Car just understeers like crazy through there. Oh no! Damn. Got some wheel spin. It's over for me. Over, right in front of the finish. I was trying a different gear then as well. Damn. Lost my positions. It's over. It's over. Never mind.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Dun 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 dun. That music.
So another excellent win from Prema.
Right, let's take a look at some of your messages for a second then.
Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability.
Yeah, I think the pink suits Force India. Yeah, it certainly work. We still call them Force India, don't they? Because they haven't changed their paint job. That's basically it.
There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle.
You do 3 Formula 2 and they're only 3 to 4 laps long. Abu Dhabi race is 22 laps. Right. That's good. That's good. I'm not going to do that today. Nathan, I am looking forward to. I can't change the audio, unfortunately, in the moment, which is a shame. So it will get messed up. But if I change the audio, I risk crashing the game. So. Yeah, it's I just got some wheel spin then. In second gear, I realised now don't do that.
See how this result affects the drivers' championship. The lead at the top has come down
So
after
got,
a poor result for our points leader.
Oh,
And
this
so,
is
driver
actually
of
happens.
the day
Yeah,
then,
Dirt
Davide
2 shirt
Rossetti.
today.
Who do you think
Dug
you
it
go
out
Well, after a drive
from
like
back
that,
in the day.
it's got to be Alessio Lorandi.
I have
Very
many
quick,
gaming
very smooth.
T-shirts.
It can be
Many
really pleased
gaming
with that one.
T-shirts.
And here's
It
how
used
things
to
are
be
shaping up in the
you got a
teams
T-shirt and a
now.
mouse
Prema
mat
moves
like
to
every
the top
single
of the table.
media
Goodbye for
event
now then,
you ever went
but we
to.
really are just getting
So I
started.
just
Make
got
sure
tons
you
of
join us
T-shirts
again
and
for
bags
Lights
and
Out tomorrow.
stuff like that from like the ages. So I've got like whole drawers. I gave a whole load away recently of gaming T-shirts, just because I don't need them all basically. Piles of them. Right, let's see. I'm going to advance. We've got Austria now, haven't we? Oh, the game looks great. Game looks great. I mean, I've got to meet the press now, haven't we? Let's just do this then.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview.
Okay, we're all set over here.
Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay?
Think
we're
about the
ready.
team. Think
Great.
about the team.
So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season.
Absolutely.
If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go.
All right.
Right, stand here.
Always a nice way to
Turn a
relax
little this way
people.
for me.
I said that. Chill. Camera goes on.
Ready?
Deep breath.
An
Relax.
exciting race today. Let's get your perspective.
All right. Oh, I'm terrified now.
So you and
Now,
Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in?
upsetting. Well, go with that. Let's get this done.
Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas?
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's everything.
There we are then. Until we are. So off we go. Yeah, you need a little bit of team chat, don't you? You've got to care about the team, care about your sponsors, stuff like that.
Hey, look.
You are seeing the frame drop. Okay. Oh, Jeff is a big fan. Oh, Devon Butler. Hey.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
My daddy has more money than your daddy.
Still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself.
That's
no one
it.
else will.
Thanks, Pedro. Everybody does. Do you know, he's nice compared to a lot of the guys in motorsport. You know, as I say, it's all about that, guys. Don't think it's all about skill. It's all about that. And if someone's got more money than you, they're going to Formula One before you. It doesn't matter what happens. You could be best driver in the world, you won't get anywhere. Excitement, action. Let's see.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact. Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Here we go then.
Don't give up. You're still in this race.
And flat out. Let's see if we can get anywhere. We know now that second gear is a whole no-no. We're not going to second gear again. Alright, we're going to go second gear on this corner because... Do you see how I went slow around there?
Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty.
See?
Push on. You can
It's tricky.
still catch him. You can still beat
We're going to
him.
learn how to drive that. We'll learn how to drive it. Oh, I'm braking way too late there. Just got to find the braking points, guys.
Devon is coming in for a stop. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
Squeezing me. Oh, wow. I tell you, the wheel spin in these cars, even with a mild traction control, is still tricky to master.
You're 4 places down on Devon.
I mean, you could always do this on a nice, easy setting if you want to. I mean, I'm always a bit of a masochist in that I try to at least turn some things off, because I know if it's just on easy or something, then you're just going to march to victory, aren't you? So you want some challenge. These cars are not necessarily easy to drive. I shifted too early then. Just trying to find the right rev range in terms of the
Devon's currently in
gear
6th
changes.
place, P6.
It's a longer 5th gear. It spins at the end of, really spins up late in 2nd gear, a bit like the wheel spin, even when you're progressive.
Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
So, come on, speed up. Haven't got long, have we? Should get past these guys though this lap. So what we're learning here is we're trying to learn where the braking points are, where the correct gear changes are just in terms of engine tone. It's a it's a bit close. Funny when you play. Oh, that was quite a heavy frame drop I had there that threw me off a bit. I'll see if I can figure out what's causing that. I might see if I can get hold of the PlayStation version because it's much easier for me to stream console games than PC, just because the PC is actually powering the stream. So. Show that instead. Squeezy, mate. Ah, it's done it again. It's done it again. Passenger there. Passenger. Passenger. That's a bit of a shame. That's ruined it. It's ruined it. Let's restart this session because I want to just get this done. I've got no feeling of the acceleration through that corner at all. I just feel that I know I can't do it. So yeah, I'm getting big frame drops. It's not helping. It's not the only reason. Oh. Let's try again.
The stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still
the wheel spin in second gear is really catching me out in the sense that I can't. It comes late. Like so, you've got full traction, and then it sort of bites you. Weird setups of the torque.
Devon is in the pits. Devon in the pits.
Come on, give us this breaking point.
Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
How is the force feedback? What force feedback lacks for me is ground detail and definitely something to do with the rear wheels spinning up. I'm not feeling it through the wheel enough for me. I'm feeling general resistance rather than much in the way of ground detail. So there's definitely room for improvement with the force feedback. I mean, there's some vibration there, but I get a lot more from Gran Turismo's feedback than I do good momentum here. Slow through that corner.
You made it look easy. Devon's currently in 6th place.
We will have
P6.
DRS. A1 GP, A1 ring, sorry, Red Bull ring now, isn't it? Of course. Came back into Formula One in this particular structure in '97, and I remember it was great to have it in Formula One '97 at the time. Used to race around this track as Damon Hill.
Making another pit stop. Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now.
You've got to beat Devon. We can't have a race and not beat Devon, basically. It's just not going to happen, guys. We just can't let that head get any bigger. Gunter.
Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
Just staying out of second gear. It's a danger gear for me. Bogey gear. It's a shame the LEDs, of course, don't work on PC games. It's another thing I miss when I use this device. I don't know if that update available noise just came across then. Yeah, I haven't. For those wondering, I've literally turned the game on and I haven't been through all the settings yet, so I'm going to go through wheel settings at some point when not streaming, just to get everything how I would like it.
Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Is next. Be careful if you go for the overtake.
Devon. Give me a squeeze. I like the way he's defending, you know, more. This is
Butler is ahead of you.
now we've got our inside line.
Good job, nice overtake.
Okay, final lap, and then we'll have a short break and look at your comments, watch the replay, have a chat about what we've just done. So, what are we finding then? Second gear, very tricky. I have no feel for second gear at all. I don't feel like the wheel spin just comes in and it just throws me off personally. I don't. Maybe it's in the audio rather than the feeling in some way, but there's definitely something lacking for me in terms of the feeling.
Devon is behind you.
Devon is behind me. And that brings that race to a close as well.
Well done. Good
That was
finish.
enjoyable.
You stepped up and achieved
Dun,
what we
dun,
asked.
dun, dun,
Good
dun.
job.
It might be different. So my steering may not be correctly set up, Alex. So I haven't been through the options. I will go through that. So I've not set the steering wheel up properly yet.
Well,
So
it was a bit of
it's
a
not
roller
perfect
coaster.
handling at all.
There will be a lot of cheering for today's winner. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Battle
But we'll survive with what we've got.
For that collision only. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile.
I'll have a look at the steering settings.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them.
There he is.
Certainly deserve it after today's
Awesome.
performance.
Now we'll get through that because that probably I've just realised
Now
here.
then, Davide Valsecchi,
Dun,
who you say
dun,
was your driver of
dun,
the day.
dun.
And now let's take a look at the
Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. I don't know what it is about this music. It just gets on my head. Dun 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 dun. Don't tell me you don't do it before the race, everybody. You know you do it. Oh. Traction control. Pedro, I'm using medium traction control at the moment. Otherwise, I'd need a different video. That would be the just constantly making mistakes and spinning and learning how to do it, and then loads of people get bored and they can't be bothered to watch you learn, and it's just no good. So I'm just doing the medium today. I drive though as if I've got traction control off, so that I don't get into bad habits. It's the same with the ABS. It's okay having it on, but you need to get used to using it off. So that's kind of how we have it really. Generally, you want to brake straight before the corner and come off the brake, roll into the corner, gently accelerate through the corner, through the exit. That's how you want to drive. Otherwise, you get into a bad habit of you're braking later, but you're braking right into the apex as you're turning. It's just a bad habit to get into with absolutely everybody does the F1 theme. It's so bad, it's good. That's the thing about it. It is properly. We're just going to talk about these graphics for a minute. I'm loving the fact that it's like a TV replay now. This is brilliant. I mean, this is what we kind of dreamed about 22 years ago. I remember racing around on F1 97 and just thinking, afraid the graphics could just be that bit sharper, that bit better. But this is what we wanted. Crazy. So I'm going to go through the rotation. I'm going to go through all the bits and bobs in terms of getting set up. The replays do look great though. Love all that. It's just love a good replay. They just need to improve the suspension model movement for lateral movement in the cars. Do I think it's better than last year's? Yes, absolutely. I think there's improvements made throughout, but I need to get into it to understand it properly. For me, Formula One still feels a bit rigid. The cars still feel a bit rigid. I don't feel them leaning enough. I don't feel the limit enough on them on the F1 games. They don't communicate enough to me through the wheel and stuff like that. Absolutely, Nathan. Yeah, once you have that it's a shame we can't have the proper sort of Sky TV or something overlay, the F1 feed overlay, because it would really add to the whole experience. Christopher was very lucky to have that. That's awesome. That's awesome. PlayStation Link Up in '97 was amazing. We did it with Ridge Racer Revolution and Doom. Doom with Link Up, full screen Doom. Wow. It was just, even Ridge Racer Revolution, it was like having an arcade machine in your house. It was crazy. Pixel, I'm going to go through that later. I'm barely starting the game at the moment, so I'm going to go through it all later. But I noticed seeing the playing with the classic cars. There's a better feeling from them. But before I do that, I'm going to tune the wheel. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through. Do we have a slow motion? Do we have a slow motion mode? I don't know if we do, by the way. I'm just. We don't have a slow motion mode. No, I was just seeing if there was a slow mo with the. Would have been great to have had some slow mos in there. If there is a slow motion mode, you can do it with controller. Let me know, guys. Right. Oh no, we've got to fast forward. Oh no, we haven't. Oh well, carry on. Dun dun dun. Right. Let's go on then. Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi.
Good day today.
Questions.
Let's have your take on it.
Well,
That was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon?
it's tough. You know what? Let's just go with that. I knew I was still in the race.
So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon?
Yep, you just got to keep going. This is kind of what Jev will know this. In Gran Turismo, you get a penalty, and you're like, it's over, but you've got to keep going, haven't you? Let's go. Let's give the team some great work by the team.
Well, that's everything.
Yep. There we go. Brilliant. Brilliant. So you guys are all going to be playing this in the next few days. Yeah, obviously if you're using the Fanatic, you get some rumble through the brake pedal. That helps a lot as well.
Ah, he's looking for you.
Here he is, our main man.
Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
My thoughts
Speak
exactly.
to the hand.
I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking me. And then I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that.
Let's get out the violin.
I mean, aside from trashing the car,
Yeah.
that maybe someone could get hurt.
Yeah? Me?
Fine, but winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
You better watch yourself. Do it.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press briefing.
Okay. Fair enough. You see a teammate, he's your rival on track. He's giving you some decent advice there. That doesn't happen often. Make the most of it when it does happen. Here we go.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped.
Every bit as exciting.
Island circuit.
Let's get through that. Let's get stuck in.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion.
All right,
no
then.
pressure then. Good
No
luck.
pressure. No. All right then. There we go then. Skip all that. Let's get stuck in because I want to get through this.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
Maybe short shifting into third is the way forward there. That could be what reduces the wheel spin. You actually want to shift before you get there. And I'm using too much of the gear. Maybe.
start phase, now let's build on it. You're 4 places down on Devon.
So we're going to need DRS then to get past these guys. Lost a lot of ground there.
P4 at the moment.
Gonna have to get racy, I think, to get past these guys, because Lando's holding us up here now, and we've got to get past him. Bit of a bump there, it sent me a bit wide. Just in the braking zone. Tricky. Interesting to see the AI placing themselves a bit more. Second gear is just a killer for me. I just have no control over it. Short shifting
is 3 places
in
ahead
seconds,
of you right now.
so you get out of second gear now. That seems to be the way forward there. Wow. Can't find any more speed in it at the moment. I'm not feeling this car at all. Been avoiding second gear, which is really what I need for some of these corners.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
This guy here.
Devon is a couple of places up on you.
Oh, he's hit me. He's hit me. He's hit me. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Then we're going to have to restart because we can't have that. Oh, it's frustrating.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the...
Taken out again. We've got to have this now. We've got to do this. Be aware of where we can overtake. You just got to get extra aggressive, haven't you, basically? Basically, your camera is right in front of the rev there, so I just can't see the edge of the screen. Come on, speed. Going to get aggressive again here, because this time we're going to give him space. Okay, we've worked that out now as an overtaking spot. When I was playing it on medium, you just march past these guys down this straight, but as soon as you increase the difficulty a bit, you don't, which is nice to see. I'm still tentative through there. I can't. Yeah, Todd, you're right. Actually, it does. Actually, it does have that showcase feel to it. You can see it's going to be something like that in the future, can't you? It's sort of.
We're looking good from the start.
Close up on these guys through here, maybe.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
I didn't get on the power quick enough then.
Devon's in P4
damn.
at the moment.
Why are they not enabling DRS in this race?
Devon is a couple of places up on you.
Okay, I'm trying to close in now.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
Damn, slowed on the exit there.
Devon is ahead of you.
It's giving us a bit of time now because we're going to need a slightly cleaner pass probably on Bevan because he's like the opponent will probably have more AI than other opponents. Now we all got DRS, so it doesn't make much difference.
Devon ahead.
Having to actually concentrate on this one a bit. Lap 3, got 2 more laps to try getting past Devon.
Sete cameras in first place. Butler ahead. straight pass.
Okay, so we're past Devon. That was the main thing. We had to do it sort of cleanly, so he was a we're not pulling away, mind you, so I wouldn't put it past him to try re-overtaking us if we don't get past these guys quite quickly. So try sort of semi-defensively. We're always short shifting out of second gear now, just because I'm not entirely certain about the whole wheel spin situation there. Alexander Albon in front of us there. Nice guy, good driver.
This is your final lap of the race.
Better let him past, not get a penalty for crossing the white line, as it were. Come on, see if we can outbrake him.
Devon is behind you.
I mean, if you want to be rough and bump into these guys, you could probably just bash them out of the way, but I prefer proper racing, really. Like, you could make a dive bomb there if you wanted to, but then you risk bashing into everybody and another restart. Oh my goodness me, no. Oh, second gear did it to me again. And a restart. I'm not having that. Start again. How frustrating.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season.
I've no feeling of that at all. It's so frustrating. I just can't feel the traction control giving out at all.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
I'll start further down the grid this time. Oh, wow. That was some late braking.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you. Devon's currently P2.
Always happens. Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I can't feel second gear at all. I just can't. I don't feel like I felt that coming or anything. I don't feel like I just felt anything at all. That's what I'm finding with second gear. It's just like it's there, and then the car just spins out, and I don't feel like, oh, I feel the limit, or no feeling from it at all.
Devon's currently P2.
So all I'm doing is kind of tippy-toeing, and I guess there's a optimum speed where you change short shift in second, and that's, you just got to do that, otherwise the car just automatically spins out. Shame, it was a good race at that point. I would like to have seen the replay.
Places behind Devon, 5 places separate you.
I swear I was closer before. Well, we haven't got long, have we? We've got to get a move on.
Currently P2.
Completely wrong on the braking here on the inside. Doesn't matter. Let's just get it over and done with now. I just want to, don't care if I brake super late now, I'm just going to
places down on Devon. Currently P2.
So we do have to get a move on this time. He's further up the grid. Come on! Faster! 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 Faster!
Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now.
Scruffy few corners there.
In first place.
Oh, again! He brakes in a high speed acceleration zone. Right, we're going to restart again. I'm not going to have this. I'm just not going to have it. And I'm going to be straight back, viewers.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do... now for the rest of the race. You're 5 places behind Devon, 5 places separate you.
There we are. Sorry viewers, button didn't work. We're going to go again. It's not going well so far, but we're going to go again. I missed the start then, I wasn't actually ready for it, hence lost a couple of places. So, can I possibly do it? I don't know, but we'll try.
Devon's in P4.
On the bright side, it's good practice. We're learning the course, we're learning the car gradually. We are getting a bit later on the brakes and, you know, gradually learning the car. We're trying to find out where that second gear is now. I can't use second gear now without worrying about it. Just finding it a little bit. No way round that. The AI is actually surprisingly quick.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
I say that. Mistake there. Let me slip through. Come on. Faster. Let's catch up with them. Just not got the straight line speed, have we?
You're 4 places down on Devon.
I don't think we're going to make that up, sadly. Unless we get past this guy quickly. We're going to have to go lungy on the final lap. It's going to be messy. Oh, we made it though. We made the corner. Doesn't matter. Made the corner. Wasn't, you know, a bit messy, but got the job done. We had to just get him out of the way because then we can focus more on the next car ahead.
Devon's in P4 at the moment. Devon is a couple of places up on you.
He was braking very late then as well.
Devon's in P4 at the moment. Butler is ahead of you.
concentrating a bit this time. I've decided it's time to just get the job done. Got to get it done now. We need to get past these guys, then concentrate.
Devon behind.
Got a bit of space between me and Devon now.
Devon's currently in P5. This is your final lap of the race. Devon's currently in P5.
Taking it easy through there. Nice and easy through those final few corners. I thought as soon as I got past them, that's it. Well, redemption.
Good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Dun dun dun.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events, and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 world champion.
That was it. That was it. SMB.
That's a fantastic performance.
It wasn't a number 2, but it'll do.
Looked in doubt. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
I will say it's very hot here. That is something that I needed a bit of fresh air for a second. Danny Rick dive bombs. I actually did Aiden in the end. That was the only way forward, to be a bit more aggressive. I was being didn't know where the braking was, and then I learned the braking, and that made me quicker. So that was good. I enjoyed that. In the end, had to get a bit aggressive, didn't we? So now we're going to look at a bit of look at that. Yeah. And he steps out of the car and says hello to the team. Celebrates with the team before going up to the podium.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner, after an incredible season. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
It's a difficult call, but I'm going to give it to the Prema driver. Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula 2, so it was a great effort.
So then, after today's event,
nice
Prema
commentary.
have claimed the team's championship. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
See, that's good advice there. After doing 20 laps. Right, let's have a look at the replay. And I can't remember how to remove the replay info off screen with the wheels, so... Yeah, terrible start then. Going down to turn 1 there. I wasn't ready for the start, actually. Oh, goodness me. 3 wide in a turn 1. And on the power quickly. Down here over those bumps there where Alonso went over a few years ago. I love doing that. Trying to brake late. But it's surprising how late the other cars were braking in there. It was surprising. Thanks, Alistair. I do, yeah. I mean, recently I've been doing lots of videos for E3, and it's been good fun doing all the E3 videos. There'll still be some streams and some videos to come. We've got some cool content coming this week, so we've got some more E3 content coming this week. We've got our E3 podcast reflecting on E3 coming tomorrow. So look how good the cars look. Wow. I still think they look fantastic in the replays, you know. They're getting better all the time. Wonderful to see. Wonderful to see. Yeah, what, we can't move that. Just move the camera a little bit. There we are. Wonderful to see. Tricky corner there. Always a tricky corner, that one. And then here as well, you're sort of flat through the first bit, flat, and then as soon as you get through the second bit, you hit the brakes. Sometimes I lift a little bit through there if I'm following another car. This section's all a bit slow. And these corners are kind of understeery corners again here. You want to get in early to that. It's tighter than it looks. And the final corner, again, turning very early. A positive camber, but you wouldn't think so with the way the car goes through it. Do I play in cockpit cam? Will I play in cockpit? I can play in cockpit cam. A little bit of cockpit cam gameplay. I'm just going to enjoy this replay, and then we're going to have a quick look at the classic cars. Just I may have to look at the steering wheel settings. I am getting a lot of frame rate drops. I wonder what's causing that. Probably because I'm streaming from the PC. And we'll see how we get on. Last Ninja wants to 1v1. I'm not racing anyone on this game at the moment. Wait until I've done some practice. Otherwise, I'll just frustrate myself. Get more fresh air brakes to make me quicker. Absolutely. Oh, let's move the mouse behind me. It's great. Great action. And you can see how good, you know, the F1 esports is going to look this year as well. Here we go. Going for a bit of late braking here. Is this a Daniel Ricciardo moment, is it? Oh no, they've missed the view. There it is. Managed to make it though. Great feeling when you get past a car like that, because you feel like you've suddenly been released. Like you're free to catch up with the next guy. Oh, thank you, Alistair. Appreciate it. Yeah, you know, it'd be nice if we had like more subscribers and we're a bigger channel. You know, 67,000, but I've been doing it for far longer than other people. It'd be nice if we could just get to that 100k. You know, that would be nice for VVV, for me, for all the work that's been done. But we get very little support in that sense. We for whatever reason, we struggle to get subscribers, and it's just very challenging. Yeah, yeah. F1, F2 cars they're great. I mean, they're different. The audio's great. You know, the feeling feels as you would imagine. I just need a bit more feeling from the tyres and the brakes and the acceleration, really, to understand the wheel spin. I got better at it as it went on. Can I feel a dirty air behind another car? I'd need to play it more to really understand it. You need to do a lot of laps without dirty air, because you're almost continually running in dirty air. You don't know what it feels like anyway, if it makes any effect or not, or whether it's just the car bouncing around. Various bumps and stuff like that. Go for late braking again there. That worked well, nice and clean. Loving that racing though. Ooh, it's hot today. It's humid. I don't know what it is where you are, what the weather's like, but I'm trying to find a way by. There was never a way by there. I was just letting him know I was there, you know. Decided to go on the inside that time. Don't think I have enough speed to get around, do I? I do, just about enough to take the apex. Had to lose a lot of speed to get the apex though. That kind of throws you off line on this section. It's very hard, you know, when you're doing all this and I'm driving like rallying and truck racing and Formula 1. Every day is a different racing game. And people, when they watch streams, they have such high expectations that you should be perfect on every game. It's very difficult to adapt from every day a different game. Getting late braking in there, just getting a little bit more. Not hanging around, essentially. I know I need to get on with business, as it were, if we were going to get anywhere there. And I wanted to put some space between myself and Devon at that point. There's a bit of action going on behind there as well. Alexander Albon holding on to his position, forming a queue. Action-packed GP2 Formula 2 races. I try to be Nexus. I've got to adapt. You know, one day it's speedboats, next day it's Formula 1, next day it's racing planes or something. So is this worth getting a PS4 Pro with pad only? Yeah, I think they've adapted it well to the pad, honestly. I think it's got better every year. It's not easy to adapt a Formula game to a controller. But there are esport players who use a controller and they're, you know, really good at it. Obviously now, if you want to do esports, you've got to get onto the wheel. So, crowd cheering. Just a bit too much crowd cheering sound for me. Enjoying the racing here. I think here we go for some lunges, don't we? We just go for it here. We've got DRS. He hasn't. And made DRS a lot more effective down that straight. Still gave him a lot of space on the exit. I was braking late. I didn't know how close he would be, but he has DRS there, so I felt comfortable. Now I took it easy through these final few corners just to cross the line. So that was that. Dun 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 dun. Right, let's advance. We've got to choose a Formula 1 team, haven't we?
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled.
I am
Wow,
actually.
You're the driver's
Quite
champion.
relieved.
How does it feel?
I'm going to thank the team. Let's thank the team. Yeah, team love a bit of
So
that.
that was a
Couldn't
thrilling
do it
end
without
to the
you guys.
season. How was the race for you?
One for me. Giving the team one as well.
Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to comment?
Yep. Don't like to speculate. We don't speculate on these things.
Great. Well, that's everything.
That's when you sound like an idiot because you say, yeah, somebody's interested, and then they're not, and then you look like an idiot. So you just say, do you know what? You know, it's all talk. There's a lot of talk in motorsport. Lots of people say we want to work with you, we want to do this, want to do that, and that's all it is, talk. You know, it's real when it's real, and it's not real when it's not real.
Congratulations, mate. M2 champion.
Hey, congratulations. Enjoy it, because it's the last time it will ever happen.
Devon, it's okay to be
In
upset.
your face.
You came very close.
Hey, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two. You got your work cut out for you now that I'm gone. See, you're gonna have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am.
Get the violin out. Get the violin out.
This has been a lot of fun.
Lovely.
Gotta run.
Bye.
Things to sign, important paperwork and all that. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, very,
Ciao.
very.
So, this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devon as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Alrighty. Let's get in. Let's get stuck in. Then 2 months later at London Agent's office. 2 months to recover, you know. And now we're back. It's funny, I got to this point the other day and there's like the air conditioning sound and stuff like that. Choose your team. Alright. Highly ranked teams. Yeah. Okay, so here we are then. I like this. You've got the aircon sound. You're in that plush office.
Ah, welcome. Come on in.
So,
Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams.
of course, Nexus. Yeah.
Some of it more positive
It's all
than
about the
others.
money.
I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
So now a Formula One drive. Now, my feeling is I would like to drive for McLaren. I just like McLaren. They're a good mid-speed team, mid-place team. They're working their way up, and you know, I think. But then I've heard that there's copyright issues with McLaren on YouTube. I've been told. Has anyone encountered that? Copyright issues and you know what? I'm going to do a little internet search while we're here. Which means it will turn the sound off the game, but that's all right. I'm just going to double check this for a moment because see if we can find out anything. Let's have a quick look. Of course, Paddy Lowe has left Williams today. I don't know if all of you have heard about that. Paddy Lowe there. He's taken the blame for everything going wrong at Williams, when really Claire should probably be taking a fair bit of that blame as well. But there you go. Let's see. Do you know what? We'll just go with this. We'll just go with this. Let's go with McLaren. Let's go with McLaren. Let's go with McLaren. The McLaren. I mean, there's a part of me that wonders. There's a part of me that wonders if we should do Haas, because then if we do Haas, we can use Gunter when it's a bad day, can't we? We can have a Gunter day. Of course, the cut. You've got to get into the Gunter sort of accent. I love his accent. He's very straightforward and direct. Let's see. Rich energy. Rich energy. I mean, that's a hell of an energy drink right there. Which one should we go for? Value to team. So you're a higher value to that team. It's interesting. The value to Ferrari seems quite high. That's interesting. Go with a team no other YouTuber has gone with. And I still need to go with a team that I feel some vibes that I can do something with. Like McLaren, I know McLaren, know the people there, nice people. I know the team. I don't want to do Ferrari or Mercedes yet, because everybody does Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. I'm a bit of a Daniel Ricciardo fan, but I don't want to do Renault at the moment. So I'm thinking Haas. The only problem is we can't swear on this YouTube channel. If we could, Haas would be the best team. Okay. I would literally get a clip of the Netflix show just to put up every time there's a mistake of Gunter. Right? Shall we go with Haas? Or McLaren? Williams? No, there's no point going to... I could go with Williams, couldn't I? I could go with Williams. Go with Williams. It might take like 8 seats. Yeah. Racing Point is fast in a straight line. How much... so Patty's just saying, in all seriousness, how much of a role did Paddy have during McLaren's success? This is the thing, Patty, you don't know, because how it works is a lot of people, when they're a big company and that company does very well, that person then leaves that company and takes credit for the success of many people. Now, was that person the reason for that success? And you could say that about many figureheads, many games, cars, whatever you can think of. And then they go to a new company and there's a bit of a blame culture, and they blame, if something doesn't work, they blame people and they blame people. The problem with Williams at the moment is that it all comes down to Claire, and if Claire isn't devoting her life to Formula One, then it puts a lot of emphasis on technical boss. And when Paddy goes, who are they going to get to run the team? Or I know they talked about, what's his name coming back? God. Frank Williams' right-hand man. Oh, he's gone now. It's gone. Ex-team boss, technical boss there. It's gone. It's from the 90s. Racing Point, Pink Panther. No, I'm not going to go with Racing Point. I'm not going to go with Racing Point. We're making a decision here. We've got to make decisions. We've got to go with this. We've got Gunter. Gunter, or we can go with McLaren. It's one or the other, I think. I'm liking the vibe of McLaren at the moment. I'm liking the vibe of McLaren in 2019. It's in a good place. people saying Rich. Between Rich and McLaren, which ones are we going for, guys? Patrick Head. That's the name I was looking for. Patrick Head. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be back to help out a bit at Williams. I mean, you know, he can do something there, but they need new blood there throughout. They've got big problems in Williams. I can't see them turning it around anytime soon. Would somebody answer that phone? Keeps ringing. No, we're not going to do Ferrari yet. We're going to come back to Ferrari. This is the Thrustmaster Formula rim. Camera's moved slightly there, but there you go. Thrustmaster Formula rim. So with the, sometimes I use the rally rim add-on for it when I do the rally stuff. There it is, the rally one that's quite big. As you can see, big as a head. It's a big old rim, this one. So it's much larger than the Formula One. There it is, lovely. Perfect for rallying. I've got to get this set up as well. This is the just gradually bolting it together now. This is the still needs to be set up, and then I've got gear stick and a handbrake ready to go. So get that sorted. So it weighs a ton, by the way. That does all that gear, but you know, you've got to bolt all that. And the problem is getting in and out of the seat is not comfortable. Right. It could potentially be more uncomfortable if you get it wrong. So, right. Okay. Got to make a decision. Bring back McLaren to the top. So let's see. Does Toto still have shares in Williams? I don't know. I don't think he has now. I think Toto has dispensed of his shares. I'm not entirely certain, no. I don't think Susie's shown. They need a technical boss and they need a team leader. They need someone like Susie doesn't have nearly the experience required for that. It needs to be someone who's been in motorsport for a long time. You've got a lot of people working different directions, and a lot of finance people and stuff like that, and you need to bring a lot together. It's not just about the racing, it's about the money. It's all about the money, guys. It's about how do you get these money people on board, how do you convince them that you're building in the right direction, how you have a structure in terms of how things are built, and all that. That's kind of where Paddy Lowe was supposed to have things sorted, and he didn't. He was very sheepish about it earlier this year. Needed to come out strongly saying, I'm going to run this show, and he didn't. F1, yeah, absolutely, Nexus. I mean, I can't disagree. The race on Sunday was dreadful, wasn't it? I mean, I suppose in a way, that's why in a way I kind of get a bit frustrated when I read the media on Twitter, and they're all saying, incredible performance by Lewis, the greatest of all time and all this, and I think, well, actually he just went round and round. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Valtteri, but Valtteri's not that much slower than Lewis, so clearly he's got something going on with a car that's not working for him in the same way, but there's no one to compete against. I mean, Lewis could win another 100 races, but it's meaningless if there's no one to compete with, you know. And in years from now, you know, Lewis will have like 200 victories or whatever, and you know, to me, I mean, I think Schumacher had like 2 years of total domination. Lewis has had, you know, several years, and it's a shame Nico left when he did, because Nico gave Lewis a real battle. And it's a shame Mercedes didn't take on Daniel Ricciardo, because I think Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton, that would have been dynamite this year, dynamite. And it's just, you know, Bottas is good, but I would never have said Bottas is as good as Daniel Ricciardo. You know, I'd have had Daniel Ricciardo in a heartbeat. I mean, Ocon was doing well, but I still felt needed more experience in a different team. So McLaren, we've got some McLarens coming in now. I'm as good as my competition. Let's see. Well, you're as good as your competition. I mean, but if your competition isn't very good, then it's not competition, is it? I mean, I don't think Bottas is, you know, I don't think he's had a good start to the season. They've given him a bit of morale boost, but you know, Daniel Ricciardo, I think, would have been a different story. but it's just the way it is. I mean, it's a bit like Ferrari's different because Charles Leclerc went to Ferrari as a number 2 driver, and when he started the season, he said, I'm going to keep my head down, number 2 driver. And after 2 races, he gets a bit of success, and his head just went, and the fans, supported that. And I think, well, actually, no, Vettel is the number 1 4-time world champion, number 1 driver. There should be a bit of support for him if you want to win the world championship. I can tell you right now that in Mercedes, if Lewis wants something, makes an executive decision, he gets it. There ain't no mucking about. This even Stevens thing for Bottas is nonsense. There ain't there's a number 1 driver and there's a number 2 driver. That's how it works. Know your place when you go to Mercedes, and it kind of really, Ferrari should have been the same way, but something isn't working with Vettel there at the moment. He's not happy there. There's clearly pressure on him that's not helping your driver. You've got to take pressure off your driver. Like any sportsman, you've got to take pressure off and let them do focus on what they need to focus on. That's the main thing. Yes, Godspeed. We'll have a look at the difficulty settings in a moment. We'll look at all the options actually. I'm going to choose my team and go from there. So yeah, this week's race was disappointing on a number of levels. I know lots of people talking about the penalty as well for Ricciardo. And Patty says, yeah, we need gravel traps, Brack. Absolutely, we need grass and gravel traps. There you go. And then when you go off the track, well, you're going to end up in gravel. I mean, if Daniel Ricciardo was out braking, Lando into that corner, and that was a gravel trap, that would have been it for Daniel. He wouldn't have continued, been out of the race. But he knew there was a tarmac there, so he knew he could brake later and didn't need to make the corner, and that ultimately threw Lando off the track there. There's no rejoining fee problem there. I mean, you could argue that was a dangerous rejoining because it sent the other car off in that sense. So, I don't know. I don't know if your wins are worth as much at the moment. Is a win worth it right now? Not really. Not really. You get in the car. It's not Lewis's fault. It's just the fact that the regulations are that who's going to compete with you? A Ferrari. That's it. I mean, it's the same in 2008. 2008, it was just McLaren and Ferrari. I mean, if you were in another car, you'd be lucky to get anywhere. But I always remember saying that year when Lewis won the title, I said, Lewis won the title this year just over Felipe Massa. And I don't rate Felipe Massa as a top driver. So it's that was his only competition really. I mean, because his teammate Heikki Kovalainen wasn't really supported and all that, so a lot in McLaren at that point. Ron Dennis always had a favourite in the team. It's just the way he worked, basically. I think Ferrari are losing faith in Vettel. I don't think Ferrari is supporting Vettel correctly. I think they're angry at him for making a mistake rather than saying, let's understand what made that mistake so we can improve upon it. That's really how you want to be of a racing driver. Not you're rubbish because you made a mistake today. It should be, where did that mistake come from and how do we prevent it from happening in the future? What do we need to work on? What do we need to work on mentally? Where do we need to position your mindset so that you're saying, do you know what? When I do a lot of races online, I know a lot of you may be new viewers, and I do, Gran Turismo stuff. Often I'll say, this guy's a bit crazy, I'm going to let him past, or there are times when I'm overtaking and times when I'm fighting, and there's times when I'm just saying, no, you know what, that's not my race. And I think in Formula One, you really need to be thinking about where you are in that race. It's the first lap, whatever. Or it's a Red Bull in front of me. I will get past him eventually. It's not. Let's not stress out over it. Yeah. I mean, 2012. I mean, let's face it. 2010 to 2014, Vettel dominated, but at the same time, that was more down to the other teams. I mean, there were still different drivers winning. There was still potential with other drivers winning, but. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Is it down to Mercedes rivals getting good Gregs? Is it down to the fact we don't know what the money's like? We know that Mercedes and Ferrari have more money than probably about 3 teams combined. So it's not just about being the best, is it? It's about how's the money broken down between those teams? How's the money broken down? And at the moment, Aston Martin, Red Bull Racing could do the best chassis in the world, but if they don't have an engine from Honda, then there's no point being there, is there? I mean, in that sense, they've got no chance. So Renault can't develop an engine as good. They've got no chance. So if Renault can't develop an engine that's as good as a Mercedes, well, McLaren have no chance. I mean, they might get to 4th, but they're never going to get further than that. They might get to 2nd, but it's pointless, frankly. Ferrari have dropped the ball, but they've never had the best car. The media keep telling you guys they've got the best car this weekend. They've got the Ferrari. No, they've never had the best car. They've had about 2 or 3 races where their setup suited straight line advantage, and that's about it. They've never really had. I don't know what happened in Bahrain this year. I don't know why the Ferrari was suddenly quick, but I think it's very strange. I mean, they talk about the tyres and how the tyres work, and then you have to understand why were the tyres developed, who developed the tyres, were they developed for Mercedes? Apparently so, who knows, I don't know. But it was the same with the tyre war. I mean, the tyre war, years ago they were developed for McLaren, Ferrari and all that sort of thing, Bridgestone and Michelin years ago. I mean, I kind of enjoyed the tyre war, but then I'm somebody who enjoyed refuelling. And it's like, oh, refuelling, we can't do refuelling, it's dangerous. But no, it's not dangerous. If you do refuelling, then the tyres are changed. You're not allowed to change tyres while refuelling is taking place. Whereas in Formula 1, they let you change the tyres at the same time. That's what caused the problems, I don't know. I mean, you've got... I think in some cases it is teams getting their act together, but in some cases... what have we got there? We've got so few teams. And the reason why nobody's entering Formula 1 is because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's too big, They've got to reduce the technology in the cars to a point that makes them... It puts the advancement into different areas. And right now, the advancement's going into areas where you need, 50 people to start the engine and... 350 people on computers back at base assessing the telemetry to make sure the car works properly, changing things on the car and telling the drivers what buttons to push. No, that's not Formula 1. Formula 1 is, there's the car, there's the driver, take out the data, give them a black box to record data internally, take out the radios and just race, just see them race. No tyre sensors, they have to feel the tyres. They have to understand the car. They have to understand what's going on around them. Otherwise, they get in a car. You're 18 years old. Formula 1 drivers used to be 30, 35. They needed all that experience to understand how to tune the car and drive the car. Now it's all done. It's all done with set up. You'll go round. The mechanics will have the data. You'll get in the car and you'll say, yeah, I had some understeering. Turn 4, and they'll say, yeah, we saw that on the data, we'll work on that, and yeah, there was a bit of drop off from the engine upshift in turn 6 or something, yeah, we saw that, and then they'll retune the car, you'll go out again and that'll work, and then you'll say, yeah, when deg happened I needed to alter the diff a bit more in that corner, yeah, and they tell you what to do, you're a computer component. Whereas if you had to drive that car, just imagine like you do here. So when we're playing Formula 1 the game, we're deciding, do you want lean fuel or whatever. You're changing your fuel map. You're telling what you want in the pits. You're telling what tyres you want. That's more than a driver's doing in that sense, because they've got the team doing it all. So I think if people talk about F1's a team sport, and I say it is a team sport in building the car. It's a team sport in doing the pits, but it's a driver's sport when you're on the track. And that's what we've sort of lost in this move to unnecessary technology. Technology. One day you're going to have self-driving cars that drive on some electrical fuel cell that runs for 1 million years. Formula 1 will be different by then. You're going to need to make the cars retro. No one will even drive a car in 50 years from now, so you won't even need a driver. Computer driving cars will go 10 seconds a lap faster than the human driver. You know, it'll be a AI system. You know, I think the move to hybrid engines was the worst decision they ever made in Formula One. Really, I mean, it's overcomplicated, it's ballooned the costs, and since then, what have we got? Mercedes. You know, I remember in 2010 going to McLaren, and then he went on. The then technical director of the team said, you know, we need to change the hybrid engines to bring Mercedes into the sport, and that Mercedes already had hybrid technology that was years ahead of everybody else. And we knew that in 2010. And when I interviewed Johnny Herbert in 2013, I actually said to him, you know, let's hope in 2014 that, you know, that Mercedes aren't miles away. You know, let's hope that they're sort of it brings it all together. And yeah, Adrian Newey was well aware in 2013 that it was all about engine formula, and since then it's just, that's it. I mean, so it doesn't matter how good you could have the most organised teams in the world. Williams, say they were the most organised team on the grid. They're never going to beat Mercedes. They're never going to have the money of Mercedes, and no one beats, you know, when it comes to the core prize. Martin Whitmarsh, that's who I was thinking of. They're never going to beat him. I mean, listen, at the moment, McLaren are beating Renault. Yeah, not getting any titles. You wait until they get nearer the front, and then suddenly Renault will start changing things up. It's just the way it is. Absolutely, the graphics are amazing in this. We see, that's the thing, Nexus. When they talk about Formula One today, they say Formula One, they talk about the show, don't they? They talk about the show, they talk about entertainment, but to me it's a sport. That's what it is. That's what we've lost. We've lost the sport of racing. It's gone. It's entertainment, it's a show, it's a branding exercise. It's not a sport. And I want the sport. I want the fastest, best drivers in the world racing those cars. I want 26 to 30 cars on the grid. You know, I want to see 1 hour practice session, qualifying, race. Yeah, let's get in there. None of this 3 hours of practice, full race simulation nonsense. Get rid of all that. You just literally do it, and you get stuck in. That's what I want to see in Formula One. We're never going to see it because the branding exercise has taken control, basically. All right. We're going to get stuck in then. We're going to have a go. Do a bit of driving. That's my little rant about Formula One, guys. Let's do McLaren. Go on then. All right then. All right. Okay. My value. All right. Fine. Whatever.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're
yeah, I know what you mean, Nexus.
This opportunity with you.
I see this.
I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other
I do
than
indeed.
That, congratulations. You've
There
earned
we are
it.
then. I have. Bye then. Where's the sweets? Got some free sweets on the desk. Oh goodness. Going straight into a race now, aren't we? Now I want to exit in a moment just to look at the classic cars. Well, Thomas, you know, the problem is that you need to reduce the cost. They've got to reduce the costs, and the engines right now are too expensive. And I think it'd be better if we had engine suppliers. But I'll tell you in a moment.
I'll catch up with you.
This is my rule. I would like. Oh, there's Zach there.
Just on my
Lost a
way
bit of
up,
weight.
but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
All right then, get stuck in.
Welcome to your new team. McLaren are one of the most successful teams in the sport, and they've reinvented themselves over the past few years. They demand excellence from all areas of their organization, and they'll expect you to integrate yourself and get up to speed from the first race.
Alright. Brum. You can see the mouse is on screen there. Okay. Brum. Okay. I really should go into wheel settings now and sort my wheel out. So I'm going to have a look at that. Quite right, Kev. Yeah, it would be nice to have had.
The F1 2019 Championship season.
I think they'll increase it every year.
Shortly, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's talk about old-timer.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They have a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue, so that their teammate, Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Okay. Nice and calm there. What do we think of New Top Gear? Do you know what, Patty? I haven't watched it yet. I've got to watch it at some point.
The season is always quite difficult for us trackside.
David is asking how long I worked in F1. I didn't work in F1, but I've had privileged access. So we'll say that. Privileged access. And I've seen all sides of the business. All sides of the business. It's been an interesting journey. When you see behind the scenes, you learn a lot about the money. And that's what it's all about.
Career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programs, which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second.
Right.
The sporting regulations dictate that after each free practice session, you'll have to hand back 2 sets of your dry tyre allocation for the weekend. So get the most out of them while you can.
I am so out of practice when it comes to Formula 1 games, it's unbelievable. So I'm just going to drive around and then I'm going to exit a bit of this, just have a little quick look at the classic cars. Oh goodness me, these are quick, aren't they? I haven't sorted my steering wheel out or nothing, but we'll try that out. Oh, it does look different to the 2018. The cars look strange. It looks narrower in the camera view we're using. Cool, you can lose it on that corner. Oh. Apologies for me not being quick like the eSport guys. I mean, if you want to see the top driving, do watch the eSport guys, because they are light years ahead of people like me. Got to just learn the track again. Those frame rate pauses are going to send me off the track, I know it. Just going to change view here just to get that different audio note there. kind of an old school arcade sound in a way. Like pole position, isn't it? I'm not very good behind the car. I just struggle to judge it. That's too low. I mean, that view to me is pointless, that view. Utterly pointless. I love a bumper cam, but let's just see what we can do from the cockpit. Yeah, so I'm turning the wheel quite a bit further than the in-car one is, so I'm going to exit the yeah. Where can I change my advanced settings? I wonder why it's set up. That's strange. Doesn't have a rotation set up on here, so I'm going to come back to that another time. I'm turning further on the wheel than it is in the game, so that's I'm having to turn quite a bit further than the guy. I'm halfway there and he's not, so I'm getting, that's probably why I'm getting so much understeer. Right, I'll come back to that off stream. Let's just do some driving anyway. Let's just survive with the understeer and can't see where I'm going, but it doesn't matter. Good. It's much easier from the old T-cam though. Amazing. Yeah. Just see it better, can't you? See where you're going. Just much easier from there, frankly. Now with the halo as well, it's such a disadvantage from being inside the car. That's why all the esport players use this viewpoint, because you can just see so much more. It's such a big advantage. Just got to find my braking points. You can remove the halo bit in the centre, I will actually. And apologies to those of you who are tuning in and I'm not up there with the esport gamers. They are. I think what it is now is that the expectation from a lot of people now is that everyone can do it. And, those guys are they're in leagues and they're playing it all the time, and it's very difficult for me to can't actually see the DRS thing because it's right behind the camera basically, so keep hearing the bleep. But
Okay, you're in the top 10. Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Come on, man, it's practice. Let me by. Carlo's getting right in the way here. Oh, damn.
Mind that front wing.
Did a Bottas.
Replacing if it takes too much damage.
Did a Bottas. Oh, that's the front wing. Yeah, I like the way they mine the front wing. And as soon as you get front wing damage, the car is just not making corners anymore. That was a shame. It's like we lost like 5 seconds on that lap. Yeah, the front wing's gone. Daniel doesn't like me, does he? So mean. Daniel's so mean. Tim, yes, I did. I did the Formula 2 career, so I enjoyed that. It's good fun. I've done quite a lot of laps, actually. It's been it's been a longer stream than anticipated. Hang on 2 secs, guys.
Have set us back a little.
Right. It's no good. It's no good. Turn the brightness down, then you won't need sunglasses. Oh, no sunglasses. It's what it is. It says 100-watt light bulb right there, and I did the press conferences the other day. I did an 8-hour stream, and then I had a migraine for 4 days afterwards. I had to blindfold myself and go for lie down during the day. So I'm trying to figure out how to move my lighting to stop me getting headaches. Because the green screen needs so much light, basically.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 31.6.
Okay. I can't see what those options are. What is? I assume 6. Oh, 6 is a flying lap. So we'll have another go, shall we? Have another go. We'll just improve a little bit in terms of our It is practice, there's no pressure. Come on, push. Slow on the power there. Terrible. Oh, terrible. I'm getting tired now. I've been streaming for too long. 2.5 hours. I'm going to have a quick look at. I am going to have. That's the repair time. Front wing damage.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Right.
We're 19th in the speed trap, 186.6 miles per hour.
Haven't had a clean lap yet. Can we just? We're gonna quit to main menu. I do just want to have a quick look at, before I finish the stream today, I just want to have a quick look at some of the options and stuff. I do need to sort out my steering. It's strange that for some reason normally this calibrates perfectly with Codemasters games. So I'm going to look at the calibration. It might have something to do with the menu, Thrustmaster menu, rather than the game setup itself. So I'm going to have a look at that. So much in here, isn't there? We've got a weekly event here as well in Austria. Oh, we can't open that yet. It's locked. I guess because it's not out for everybody yet. We've got the esports link as well. Look how professional this is now. Look at that. Various customization. I'm going to have a look at that another time. But let's go solo. Solo. Where do I find? Oh, here we are. Right, I see. Okay, so we've got our classic cars. Do I not have this then? I take it I don't have it. I don't have the Legends Edition. Oh, okay. Alright, that's fine. They've not given me the Legends Edition. Oh well. I'm going to race something else then. Fine. Fine. I'll just have a drive in a Williams for a minute. In a circuit. Somewhere. Let's do a bit of this for a minute. So that wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had it. I thought I had the cars here. Codemasters haven't sorted that out. Right. Let's see. Game does look amazing, Tim. Absolutely. Game does look amazing. No, you can't in this version, but I tell you what, they're putting the groundwork in. Now look at this, by the way, how they've modelled the entire environment. That's great. Never used to be like that.
A tight contest for pole position.
This actually is the one, but it only works on PlayStation. The LEDs only work on the PlayStation. So... Oh, I need to do an invitational event, do I? Right, okay. Alright. Oh, well then. Wait till I... Oh, okay. It's interesting. Oh, right, okay, it's interesting about online. This version of Silverstone is very flat, isn't it? They really need to update some of this in terms of some of the camber and curbs. Oh, that froze then. It's amazing, it's just a millisecond, but it's just enough to disrupt your flow. This will look good on the triple screens as well, actually. I have to set it up as a triple screen gaming. Got to get used to these cars again, because you're driving in the modern ones with, like, you know, tons and tons and tons downforce, and then you get to these cars which for their time were incredible, but oh.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
Dun 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 dun. Right. Advance. Oh well, I thought I'd just do this to finish off. A bit of you know, Mansell. I'm a big Mansell issue. Well, Kev, I'm running the DX11 rather than the DX12 setup, and I'm streaming. So I think that when I'm not streaming, it should all be fine. But I don't know. The DX12 game keeps crashing when I stream, so I might see what I can do with getting hold of the PlayStation or something, running it on a PlayStation.
Remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair.
It's like that, is it? It's like that from my teammate, is it? Everyone's just suddenly slowing down. Doing a Ricardo. Because the tarmac is there now, you couldn't have done that in 92, by the way. That was a giant gravel trap. You can just get aggressive, run off. What are you hitting me for? Clean on the inside. That wasn't my fault. Oh, stewards, eh? It's done it again. It's done it again. Well, it'll make for an action-packed race. Now we've got to get our head down. Got to go for it. Ericsson hit me. Now I've got to do something about it. Oh, man. That was close. I've got to calm down now. Relax now. Relax. I'm getting quite hot and bothered. It's quite hot by the PC here on a warm day. We're just going to blend in behind now, I think. We won't try overtaking anybody there now. Learning how to drive the track gradually. Tried to get too aggressive there. I thought, let's see if we can do them. Oh no, I'm going to get a penalty probably in a moment. Well, we've got nothing to lose. We're in 11th place. We're going to have to get aggressive with these guys now. No, I'm riding it now. Wow, he just took it. Just wore through the corner. Oh, look at that. I had to go on the brakes then. I knew he was going to take me into that corner. It's just fun to race, isn't it? I mean, you know, you've got to enjoy Formula One for what it is. I mean, these old cars, I just enjoy so much more just enjoying the racing. And this is why, in a way, I don't want to play stuff like this online sometimes, because it suddenly gets all serious when you go online, and you need all that perfection, and sometimes you don't want that. You just want to feel good while you're racing. Oh, wow. Oh, to be fair, I was avoiding them.
This is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
No, he's done for one last time. One last time. Oh, do you know what? We'll have one restart, and we just won't overtake anyone on that corner because they're just blind.
You've done well to put.
Right, let's try it. Oh, just going to enjoy some racing, and then after that, guys, I'm going to call it a day on this. And tomorrow, well, I'll be back when I'm back. It depends how much you all enjoyed this stream of Formula One. Are you guys interested in watching me learn how to play it and do the career? Let me know. If you'd rather see me play Gran Turismo or other games, let me know. Give me your feedback. See if we can gain on this guy. Quite a lot of defensive driving from the AI now. There's a big difference in the AI's defensive driving. Big difference. close. Nearly threw me off. Why tape on the LED lights? Because they're too bright. Too bright. Hurt my eyes. So I have to put some tape. I put greaseproof paper over them to dull them down. Otherwise they're blinding, basically, even on the low setting. I love the way the cloud cover creates shadows now as well. It's just something else on this circuit I've noticed is the cloud cover coming in there. It's in the wrong gear then. With the AI knocking me out every time. Ah, bloody hell. I thought this was supposed to have traction control. Just occasionally, the gear shift isn't working. I don't know what's causing that issue. Something to do with the timing. It's not accepting the shift down into third as early as I would like. Where are we now?
Final lap of the race.
Oh, we're not going to make up a gap like that. I'll try anyway. Ooh. It didn't shift down. I shifted down then, it didn't shift. See there, it's not always shifting down. It's weird. Thought I'd go as deep as I could. Ah, well, wasn't to be.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way
Yeah, no, it's not terribly responsive on shifting down. So you almost need to hold it in to get it to shift down rather than a quick flick. Yeah, do career mode. Yeah, okay. That has been great. Cold cup of tea here, but yep, there we go. 3 duplicates on the podium. Right, let's see. Patty, that's it now. We've got 9 faces recorded, I think, if they've got in the options there. I've gone with a guy with a serious chin, probably somewhere in the testing department or something, artist department, and that's everything. But I think that's about it, really. We're going to look at the highlight now, look at the replay, and that's great. I mean, I don't know whether the windshield takes sort of bugs and bits of oil and stuff and it deflects it from the driver slightly. I don't know. Something like that to do with the airflow, maybe. Take some buffeting off the driver's head, maybe. Don't know. I suppose in a way it does sort of defend the driver's head a bit from airflow, maybe. I don't know. Louis says, does using a wheel make it more fun? Yes, is the answer to that. F1 Sim Cockpit for 15k. Good man. Wow, finding a buyer for it as well. It's never easy. Well, I think that's been good fun checking out the game today, guys. I meant to come on this stream for an hour, and it's been 3 hours. But there you go. It's the way it works. I'm going to make a move in a moment. This car looks surprisingly bigger than the other cars, doesn't it? So you look at the different regs, but my giant Williams there. Trying to find a way past. That was an overtake there. Nice. Big wheels. Love those big cars. And yet still much smaller than today's because they have much shorter wheelbase comparatively speaking. Look how much of the driver you can see. What's the difference between 2 games? Well, I'm not going to decide that based on an hour's play, but Tim's doing our review. He plays these games to death every year, so he'll be doing his review and he'll come back on the core differences. There is one thing actually that Tim did point out to me, and that is that that when you join teams like Ferrari, it would be great if you had a Ferrari, engineer. So just giving you that sort of Ferrari vibe, the accent. He's a quick today, Sebastian, calm. Just giving you a bit of, just a bit of vibe. The Williams is giant, isn't it? I'm like the giant man. But I don't know if that's the regs, but it is a big Williams, isn't it? Big fat wheels. Look how great that looks, though. I tell you, it's just going to get better and better. 10 years. Imagine how good these Formula 1 games are going to look in 10 years. It's going to be like real life. I tell you. I can't wait. Hold on. So, it's just, there we go. That's all we need there. But no, it's good. It's good. I've enjoyed the, I've done something. There we are. And there we are. There we are. So I'm just going to have to hold on a moment, and there we are. That's better. That's better. Which game do I buy, normal or legend? Well, that all depends on you as a gamer as to what you like, really. Depends how much fun you're going to have with these cars. I drive the classic cars quite a lot. That's what I like driving. So for me, I like to have legend stuff where possible. that's just me. I can't say for other people. If you ever watch the channel, you always know this to me is Formula 1 more than modern Formula 1 is. I just wish there was more cars. I just wish we had, you know, loads of different cars from these seasons. I wish we had a few old tracks in there as well to support it. I mean, I would actually pay for a proper 90s DLC. If you said to me we could have 1991 Formula 1 and it would be, you know, 1999, I get all the tracks and the cars. Great, you know. I'd like to have something like that. So I just like this era for me. It was 91 is better. 97 was a great year. That was a good year. 94 was good but there was the sort of cheating Benetton, wasn't there? Option 13. That's another story. We're going to get into that. I think on that though, it's been good today. So you guys would like to see more streams on Formula 1? Would you like to see more career? I promise you there'll be a lot of failing. That's the only issue. So it's not going to be all hunky-dory winning. It's going to be learning tracks, learning how to drive cars, and all that sort of stuff. Oh dear, we've got a problem person on here, haven't we? Let's get rid of them. Hold on then. That's all right. Let's get rid of that user as well. There we are. You can say what you want, but we'll just block you. There we are. Lovely. But yeah, do let me know, guys, what you'd like to see. There's always damage in the games. Yep, always damage. I mean, I don't know if there's visual damage. I assume there is. There probably is. There's always bits breaking off the cars, isn't there? We've had wheels breaking off and everything. So when did I start watching Formula 1? I started watching Formula 1. I'm going to turn the game down a bit. I started watching Formula 1 in probably around 86. I started watching Formula 1. I got more into it big time by sort of 89. That was when I really got into Formula 1. Look at him. Annoyed. Tried to get on the power there and twisted the wheel up. That was it. Nice little reflections, even on the underside of the car there. That was great. Just like, absolutely, Rene. Well, you know, it's always with Gran Turismo, that's the bit people don't show, is the learning tracks. And I always like to show the learning a track, because you've got to learn these tracks. And even the top players, they don't know everything. They practice for hours. And then they come online and they say, oh yeah, I only did 2 laps. Rubbish. They've done hundreds of laps. They're lapping all the time. Lapping all the time to get somewhere, basically. So it's just the way they are. You know, you're wired to want to know how to maximise. How old am I? I'm in my 40s. I'm 41 now. So, more mature gamer. I've been doing this for a long time, working in the industry forever. Oh, really, Tim? Thanks, Tim. You know what? Restream is just not working, you know. Restream is updating nothing these days. I'm actually thinking of knocking it on the head anyway, Restream, and just focusing on YouTube. Because Restream doesn't work properly these days. Half the comments don't come up. And you can't update all the games on all the different things that people are watching on. So, and it's very expensive as well using Restream. So it's nice that we get extra people watching, but it's too expensive for me. So keep paying it. But it's been good. Game looks great. There's no getting away from it. It's really nice looking game. Yeah, I mean, I will do. I mean, I'll learn the tracks on the stream. If you've watched any of my Gran Turismo streams, you'll regularly see me say, right, I don't know this track or car, and I'll do maybe 2 hours or something learning that for FIA races, learning that car and track. I like the heat haze there. It's a nice little effect. Should have said I was 39. I'm 28. dye my hair, 28 again. No, been doing it a long time, you know, so it's been good. I've grown up with video games. I was showing somebody last night. See if I just want to see if I can find it. See if I can find it. Bear with me. I want to see if I can find. I want to see if I can find video here. I don't know. It's of my first Formula 1 game. Bear with me, viewers. I don't know if we can actually do this for a second.
We're going to do another review
see if
today.
we can find
Grand Prix driver, which I'm going to say is the worst driving game experience I've ever had. Here we go. Object of the game is to be first home driver.
See if I can bring this up.
Yeah, fucking right. It's nothing like that. There's 30 cars to pass in order to be first.
No, it's not working. I don't know why the PC is not working right. Maybe it's getting too hot.
I won't let you pass without a fight. No shit.
No.
Just
Nah, not going to have it. Not going to have it. Can't show it to you. It's a bit of a shame. A bit of a shame. I wouldn't show you guys the first Formula 1 game I played, but the first Formula 1 game I played is you could only go from side to side on the Amstrad. But the first Formula 1 game I played technically was Sega Turbo in the arcade, which was awesome. It had a high and low gears and all that. Absolutely amazing at the time, and I loved it. It was brilliant. But yeah, we're a long way from that now. It looks stunning. It's great to see these cars. Shame there's no slow-mo mode, at least nothing I'm aware of here. Turning the wheel or pressing the pedals doesn't seem to make it happen. I'm going to have to fix my steering so that it matches the in-game steering, because that's a bit off-putting for me. And it's been good fun today. I've enjoyed this. As I say, I'll do more Formula 1 streams. If the viewers fall off, then I'll call it a day and go back to Gran Turismo. I don't know what's going on with this. Nothing seems to be working here at the moment. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating the way Twitch is not responding. It's a bit of a shame. I don't know how to edit it either. No, there we go. Let's change that for a second while it's still here. Before I tune out stream. So it's a bit frustrating. Oh, I'm tired now. I think that's been an epic stream today, actually. It's been a lot of driving. I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed doing the Formula 2. I've enjoyed exploring various different elements in the game. I'm going to check out other elements. I'm having a lot of issues with the PC version here. And so I'm going to see if I can get it running on PlayStation next time. And that way I can use the rev lights as well. So I'm going to see if I can get the PlayStation version sorted out. Then we can do it on there. And other than that, yeah, I've not seen the PlayStation version running. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the stream today. It's been good fun doing this. And yeah, I think for racing gamers right now, we've got Formula 1. You know, we've got WRC coming later this year, which is looking great. You know, I've covered a lot of Formula 1 and rally games over the years, and we've got a really special year this year where everything's moving forward. I would say, on the one hand, there's never been so much as dissatisfaction, I think, from gamers. I find it almost frustrating sometimes because things are so good right now, and yet the more complex a game gets, the more elements there are to go wrong, you know. And I think people just need to appreciate that right now we've never had it better in the world of video games than we do right now, and we're moving to a new generation now, and everything's that's more memory, it's more physics, it's more graphics, it's more AI. It's just going to get better and better from here, especially with weather and various track data that they can gather. It's going to be amazing. What could Jeff Crammond do with today's tech? You know what? Given the right team, but it's always easy when people say that, isn't it? What could a person do? Who knows? What could he do when he needs 5 years to make a game and he gets given 2 years, 1 year, when he gets given half the amount of time he has? It wouldn't be any different, honestly. I mean, in many respects. Yes, he'd make the physics incredible. But I think he'd need more like a Kazunori, Yamuchi type time scale of 5 years, 6 years, 8 years to make a Formula One game that's the best thing ever. Rather than just knocking it out every year. And I think that's the hardest thing for games companies right now is you need a new game out in September and you need 3 more months development. You haven't got it. That's it. That's the way it works now. That's what's expected. And it's very difficult. And these games are planned 3, 4, 5 years in advance. It's not like they just come up with it last minute. It's just the grind of work is always very challenging. Next is just saying there, let's hope GTR 3. Yeah, nothing on it. It's vaporware at the moment. We'll see if GTR 3, appears. I do want to try the karting game at some point as well. But that's it from me now, viewers. We're going to get a bite to eat. Got some other things to get on with today. Thanks for tuning in. And if it's popular and people watch it, I'll do more Formula One. And I'll have a moan about Formula One races and give you my feeling. And there was something I was going to say earlier that was going to be topical about Formula One. I've completely forgotten what it was, but it's gone from there. But there we go. Thanks for tuning in, Tim. And like you say, and I've been enjoying the IndyCar as well, Tim. Actually, it's been great that we finally get that on TV in the UK. Brad, would you be accessible to the public like the current F1 games? Are you talking about Jeff Crammond? Who knows? Right, I'm off. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.